just isn't you.
I left her 15 years ago, and I still check her profile every night. I was 23 when I met her. She was sunlight, loud laugh, messy hair, the kind of person who made everyone in the room a little happier just by being there. We were together for almost 2 years, and then I left because I was young. Stupid N, because I thought I need to figure myself out first. You know, that classic bullshit line people use when they're scared. I told myself I'd come back when I was ready, but life doesn't wait for you to be ready. She moved on, got married, had kids. Her name changed. Her city changed. Everything changed, except the way my chest still tightens every time I see her smile in an old photo. I never messaged her, never liked a post, never even let her know I was still there, scrolling through her life like a ghost. But I remember everything, and the smell of her hair after rain, the way she'd hum songs under her breath when she cooked, the note she left on my windshield the day we first kissed, just a doodle of a heart with "Don't be late." It's been 15 years. I've dated other people. I've even tried to love someone else. But nothing ever felt like home the way she did. Last month, I saw her by accident at a cafe downtown. She was with her husband. She looked happy, really happy. And she didn't see me. I wanted to say something, anything, but I couldn't ruin that peace on her face. So I just watched her laugh one last time. Then for the first time in years, I finally said goodbye. Not to her, to the version of me who thought walking away meant freedom.
I found an old photo of my boyfriend standing next to my mom. Now I'm scared he might be my brother. When I first brought my boyfriend home, my mom looked at him in this weird way. Not judgmental, not suspicious, more like she was trying to remember something. He looked a bit uncomfortable too, but I just thought he was nervous meeting my family. We'd been dating for about 6 months, and honestly, everything felt perfect. A few weeks later, I was digging through some old family albums. My mom wanted to find a few pictures for a school event, and that's when I saw it, N, a photo that made my stomach drop. NMY mom was standing next to a young guy who looked way too familiar. Same smile, same tiny scar above the eyebrow. And I actually dropped the album, N. On the back of the photo, it said N to Sasha. Summer 1998. My boyfriend's name is also Sasha. I showed him the picture, and he went pale, gave a shaky laugh, and said, Huh, yeah, kinda looks like me. Maybe it's my dad? And I tried to joke it off, but something in my gut twisted. He quickly changed the subject. Later that night, he casually asked if I could find out when and where that picture was taken. N? I couldn't stop thinking about it, N. So I asked my mom who the guy in the photo was. She froze for a second and said, N. Oh, that's just an old friend from college. You know, young days. But when I said his name, Sasha, she went still, then smiled awkwardly. N. Well, there are lots of Sashas out there. And changed the topic. N. That night, I stalked his parents on social media, and my heart almost stopped. His dad, the man in his family photos, was the same guy from that picture. And my mom? She was tagged in his old posts. Captions like, "My first love, red heart." They dated, and about a year after they broke up, my mom married my dad. Sasha was born just a few months after me. And us. I told my best friend, and she tried to calm me down. Said maybe it's a coincidence, that maybe it's not what I think. But the thought of sharing a father with my boyfriend, I couldn't breathe. I asked my mom straight up, N, did you know Sasha's father? She just whispered, N. Some things are better left in the past. I broke down crying. N. Now Sasha refuses to talk about it. He says if it's true, he'd rather not know. And I don't know what to do. Maybe I'm losing the love of my life. Or maybe I'm saving us both from a nightmare. What would you do if you were me?
I took one of those DNA ancestry tests for fun. Now my family won't talk to me. It started as a joke. My friends and I ordered those home DNA kits. You know, find your roots, see what % Viking you are, whatever. I wasn't expecting anything dramatic. Just thought it'd be fun. N. When the results came back, everyone was sharing screenshots in the group chat. And except me, because mine said something weird. N, immediate family match found, 99.9% sibling, and the name wasn't my brother's. It was my mom's coworker, a man I'd met maybe twice in my entire life. At first, I thought it was some kind of database glitch, but the more I read, the worse it got. It also said my father wasn't biologically related to me, and I sat there staring at the screen while my whole world cracked in half. That night I showed my mom. Her face drained of color before she even read the whole thing. She just whispered, "Oh God." Then she asked me to delete it, immediately. When I pressed her for answers, she broke down. Turns out my parents had been struggling to conceive for years. My dad didn't know, but she'd secretly gone to a fertility clinic. And the anonymous donor she was matched with was that coworker. She never told him, never told anyone, until now. I confronted him a week later. I couldn't stop myself. He looked shocked, then quiet. Finally, he said, "Your mom and I were close once. I didn't know she used my sample." I asked him what he meant. He said the clinic was small, local, and sometimes used unrecorded donors. He'd volunteered once for research. Now my dad won't look me in the eye. My mom barely leaves her room. And that coworker, he sends me texts that start with, "Hey, kiddo." I wish I'd never taken that stupid test.
I hate my sister, the one with brain damage. And I can't believe I'm even writing this. Maybe putting it into words makes it feel more real. And before anyone says anything, yes, I know. I'm probably one of the worst people alive. About a year ago, my older sister, she's 27, a widow and mother of 2 boys, 8 and 5, got completely wasted, ignored everyone's warnings, and crashed her car into a cliff just outside our town. She was rushed to the hospital and spent a few weeks in a coma. When she finally woke up, she wasn't the same person anymore. It was like she was a shell of herself. It's been a year now and she's made some progress, but it's painfully slow. Because of that crash, I had to quit my job, move back across the country to live with our parents, and help take care of her and her kids. I love my nephews, but I never wanted children. And definitely not like this. Forced into motherhood because of someone else's mistake. My sister's brain works like a child's now. She argues over random little things, cries for no reason, can't cook for herself, can't read anymore. Her memory comes and goes. She's partially paralyzed on her right side, has aphasia, and a whole list of other issues. I'm her primary caregiver. Sometimes she tells me how grateful she is to be alive after such a horrible accident. And in those moments, I just want to scream, because a part of me wishes she hadn't survived. Her boys are completely lost. They already lost their dad, and now they have a mom who isn't really there. Our parents are spending all their retirement savings on her treatments. And I can literally see how the stress is killing them day by day. Still, I don't treat her any differently. I tell her stories, laugh with her, try to do everything I can, but I hate myself for the thoughts that creep in when I look at her. I keep thinking, did you ever once think about your kids before you got behind the wheel drunk? She smiles, completely unaware of the pain she's put us all through. That's my confession. And I carry a deep, burning hatred for someone I love, and I'll never tell her that.
I found my girlfriend's old phone in a drawer. Someone's still sending her messages. We've been together 3 years. Moved in last spring. Everything's been perfect, or at least it felt that way. Last weekend, I was cleaning out the desk and found an old iPhone tucked behind a pile of papers. And it still had her name on the case, a few stickers, battery completely dead. I plugged it in, just out of curiosity. It turned on, no password. Her old photos, videos, playlists, stuff from before we met. She looked younger, happier, but there was something weird. A guy appeared in almost every picture. I'd never seen him before. They looked close, like too close. Then I noticed the texts, hundreds of them, and from him. The last message was 3 years ago. Same month we started dating. It said, "Please don't do this. I'll come find you." I felt sick. When she came home, I tried to play it cool. Asked her about the phone. She froze for a second and said, "N." "Oh, that old thing? You can throw it out." I asked who the guy was. She said quietly, "No one. Just an ex." Then she grabbed the phone from my hands and locked herself in the bathroom. An hour later, she came out smiling, phone gone, said she already factory reset it. That night, I woke up to the sound of her crying. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at her new phone. I asked what was wrong. She said, "N, he texted again." I told her that wasn't possible. He was texting the old phone. She looked at me and whispered, "No. He's using a new number." Then she showed me the message. It said, "I told you I'd find you."